Morning everybody, I hope you're well. I've got good news for you. You're not just going to be stuck looking at my mug this morning. I've got a treat in that my 22-month-old grandson is going to make a brief appearance. I'm going to share with you something that hit me like a train this morning. So I'll warn you, I may, if I blubbed, then forgive me. I'm very close to my grandkids and see them a lot. Me and Kath, we normally see them virtually every day. So being in lockdown, that's been a trial, and I've done a video for them on occasions where I just send them a message saying how I miss them and hoping that they have a good time, telling them how lovely they are. And my daughter sent me a video of my grandson Isaac and how he reacted to the video, and I'm going to show you a few seconds of that. Kisses and tickles and even a little bite on the bum.
Yeah. Again.
Again?
Yeah. Yay.
Hey, lovely Isaac. Granddad was just sitting thinking about you, and I am missing you so much.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say that Granddad loves you and Grandma loves you. And you are a lovely, lovely boy. Granddad loves you and Grandma loves you. And you are a lovely, lovely boy.
Look, it's flashlight.
Little brother.
They're not really good.
Look at the...
I was thinking about that this morning over breakfast and how Isaac responded as I was talking to him and to what he was hearing. And his response was so simple, just, yeah, you can see him nodding. And then again, and he wants it on again. And he wants to hear what his granddad said. James 1:24 says, if anyone listens to the word but doesn't put it into practice, they're like someone who looks in a mirror and then forgets what they look like as soon as they go away. And that mirror means that the word is about what God says about us and who we are and how he sees us. And that word is talking about the perfect word of freedom, it says in the next verse. The Bible tells us lots of things about who we are. It tells us that we're loved. It tells us that we're free. It tells us that we're righteous. It tells us that we are just like Jesus in this world, not when we get to heaven now. It says amazing things to us, and all the time our nature will be saying to us, no, you're not. No, you're not. You're a failure. You're rubbish. You don't get it. You know, you don't make the grade. And, you know, God's saying, I love you. You're loved. You're free. You're righteous. You're clean. And if, you know, Jesus said we have to be like little kids. And my little grandson just nods, yeah. And then wants it again. I want to hear it again. I want to hear what's being said to me, because, you know, he was seeing himself reflected back in what I was saying. And we can see ourselves reflected in what God says about us, or we can choose to listen to what we say about us. And that will make a massive difference, because Proverbs 23 verse 7 says, as a man thinks in his heart, so he is. So how you think about yourself, if you think the way that God talks about you, then it will transform your life. If you think the way that your own human nature wants to talk about you, then it'll just multiply all your burdens. Just that thought of God's acceptance and God wanting us just like little kids blew me away. I heard a pastor once talk about his own daughter with her grandma, and the grandma came and picked her up and hugged her and said, you are beautiful. And the little girl said, yes, I am. And the grandma, being a bit of an old school type, was quite taken aback by this. She thought, well, that's not very humble. And she was struggling until the dad explained and said, no, because I tell her every day, she's beautiful, she's loved, she's amazing. And I don't want her to, you know, doubt that. I want her to accept it. And she does, because she's a little child. And to her, that's how it is, because her daddy told her that. And that's how it is for us. With God, he wants us to look and say, this is what my dad said. And that's what I'm going to believe. He says we're lovely. And Jesus said to love others as you love yourself. So you've got to get that in place. And if you understand that, if you're understanding and really grasp like my little grandson, you know, my granddad said, how God said, then it frees us up to love others in the way that he loves us.
Yeah.